Welcome to today's Facebook Live. I'm zooming. We're on Zoom as well as live in Facebook.
Facebook Live.
And, realizing again, getting out of Facebook. I'll be right back. So welcome to today's Facebook Live. It's Thursday, September 15th, and we're gonna have a conversation today about a way to think about really relationships is the main focus today, but you could use what we're talking about today really for anything in your life. So I realized I don't have a title for today's the post in Facebook today. I put let's play pretend. So I guess let's play pretend. So this is about relationships for the future and how to think about that in the future of humanity. I guess I did put a title on it. So yeah. So relationships for the future of humanity. And here in this group answering the call, what we're doing is answering that call. By call, I mean that inner sense, that inner knowing there's something missing in my life, maybe something in the world, something just off that I'd really like to not have be off anymore. I want to experience that feeling of fulfillment and peace that it somehow I know is possible. So that's what we do here is we answer the call and then we learn who we truly are, because our real purpose in life is twofold. One, to know who we truly are, and then to express that knowing in our own unique way. So that's what we're doing here every week. So again, welcome. If you're here on Facebook Live, please say hi. And we have Sharon Herrick here with us in person. I guess I should I don't do this very often, so I'm a little bit challenged today on the, so I'll pin me, or I'll pin me. No, I'm supposed to, pin me. Maybe that'll work. All right. So, all right. So now I'll talk. Earlier this week in the Facebook group, I posted something that we could explore together. But I'll give you a little bit of history with this. So I've done a lot of corporate work over the years. And a few years ago, I decided to come up with a particular exercise to give people the opportunity to think about how do we really want to live without saying that. Because what happens often when we're asked those sorts of questions, what do we want to do with our life? Or how do we want to live? Or how do we really want to work together in this organization? Immediately, we come up against all the beliefs we have about work and people and what I can do and what they can do and what I can't do and they can't do, what I know how to do and what I don't know how to do. All of that comes up, and then it really clouds our ability to envision, to even invite ourselves. What do I really want? Because we've got so many limitations that we've taken on in our lives, and then world problems on top of that. So in an organization, when I do this exercise, one of the challenges too, but why I invented this exercise is because the challenges are, if you ask people something like, how would you like things to be in this organization? Well, immediately they come up with internally all these issues. Well, I need to be doing this, I've got this goal to solve, I've got this, the corporation wants this, corporation wants that, all that clouds. So we're not freed up to dream. The same thing in our personal lives, the same thing in our families. And so I kept thinking about this. How can I make this so we're so freed up to just let ourselves dream? I thought, well, what if there were people going to a new planet? So there are no issues. There's no climate change. There are no corporate issues. There are no family issues. There's no political issues. Brand new start. Nothing to solve. Nothing that a good person is supposed to do. All of those sorts of things that hold us back. And on top of that, the people that were going to decide how people were going to live together didn't have to do it. So then they also weren't confronted with all of these beliefs about, I can't do this. Well, I've got to learn this first. I don't know how. None of that. They could just freely think, how do I want it to be if I got to tell somebody else how it's going to be? So that's what I set up. So I do this little dramatic thing for effect. I create a folder or an envelope from the powers that be. And then we come in from a break or however I have it set up. And then I open the envelope and then read this. And I posted this. This is unique to our work and the group answering the call. And so I posted this on Tuesday if you want to go back and read it and respond when you get a chance. So, so the powers that be have invited us to carry out a very important mission. Here's what they said. We are sending a spacecraft today with many people on it to begin inhabiting a planet which has been deemed habitable. I wrote inhabitable. No, it's deemed habitable. Sorry, it's deemed habitable. This has been secret for some time, but we are now ready to reveal our exploration and advancements for our ability to live and thrive in other worlds. They will be landing on Kepler 62e about 20 minutes after you read this. And when they arrive, they will be ready to receive the message we are asking from you. Your message will be teleported immediately. Also, new technology revealed for the first time with you to this planet. So immediately, as you do what we're being asked to do here, then that is going to be teleported immediately to greet the people as they come off the spacecraft that's getting them to Kepler 62e. So our mission, or each of you, our mission, should we choose to take it on, is to describe the future you would like our people to bring about in their relationships with each other. Describe the relationships of the future on this planet, what the people stand for, the qualities and experience they will want to bring to all relationships from the moment the doors open. Generations will come after them, still relating this way. You are establishing the guiding focus, which will be the primary focus of relationships. You don't have to consider how they will do this. They will follow through with your guidance. Thank you in advance for your contribution to the future of how human beings will relate to each other on Kepler 62e. The people on the spacecraft are respectfully awaiting your guidance. So as I understand it, the people on the spacecraft have been instructed to know that as soon as they land, your message is going to be read to them. And all you have to do is just tell them, here's how we want people to live going forward, how the relationships will be, the qualities, how to be with each other, live with each other, work together. And so your message will be delivered to them as soon as they land. And so, and how exciting that we've been asked to do this. We're trusted with giving guidance to these people who are ready. They are going to follow through 100% with whatever we suggest, encourage, or stand for that they can create as a possibility. So in the comments to this video, please post your 2 to 3 ideas. What comes to you as you hear this invitation? Because it's going to be delivered to these people on the planet as soon as you answer that question. Post them in the comments, and they're going to be sent to the people on Kepler 62e immediately. And thank you in advance for supporting the future of humanity. Because remember, humanity, however you describe that you would like relationships to be, humanity is going to carry it out that way on Kepler 62e. So if you're watching this on replay, please put in #replay, and you can do the same thing. So what ideas come to you? So we've got Sharon Herrick here live. Would you like to participate? Sharon, did you have any ideas or maybe have questions? Maybe.
Sure. No, that's a momentous thing to be asked to do. Aside from all the things that we have talked about through answering the call, one that came to my mind is to withhold all judgments of one another.
Yeah, so no more judging of other people, or maybe themselves too. Yeah, no more judgments.
Right. No more judgments.
All right. Anything else?
Let me think. What else?
Anything else? And you're on Facebook too, right? Are you looking at Facebook right now?
No.
Not today. All right. Well, so I apologize, people on Facebook. I can't see comments when I do this. I've never have gotten good at this. So if you're commenting, great. I'll answer later.
While we're doing that, I will pull it up on Facebook.
Okay, so she'll pull that out.
The other thing is to be open to all possibilities.
Open to all possibilities. Beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, so this is about thinking about how do we really want people to live and work together. So I'll give you some of what when I've done this in an organization. So what I do is they're sitting at tables, and so maybe there are 5 people at each table, and then each group is assigned a different planet. So since this is just answering the call, our group, then we're just doing this for one planet. But in a workshop, then depending on how many people and tables, then each one has a different planet that they're doing the same thing for. So like so 5 to 7 people are sitting at a table, and they're working this through among the group, because each group then is going to come up with one statement that will be read to the people as they deboard the spacecraft. So here are some examples from people. So here's from one group. And this one was for Mars. We, the inhabitants of Mars, shall hold these truths. All Martians are created equal. We shall actively listen to each other and hold one another in high regards, showing respect, integrity, and acceptance. We shall promote peace, transparency, and trust. To accomplish this, we will be open-minded, non-judgmental, and accepting of new ideas for meaningful conversations, for high performance and engagement with all. This particular workshop was called High Performance and Engagement, so I guess they took that. I get touched every time I read these. I start, because these are real people. These are managers, supervisors. The specific one is from the VA in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So these are very high-level people working with, in a hospital setting. This one, Declaration of Peace and Posterity. Sorry, Declaration of Peace and Posterity. We, the people of Titan, do hereby declare to live in peace and posterity. We agree to share resources, expertise, and knowledge for the greater good and creation and maintenance of our multifaceted community. We will acknowledge the differences amongst the varying cultures and individuals that will foster an honest, open, respectful, and sincere relationship and environment to reach the common good of the people of Titan. We collectively agree to learn and master each other's language to effectively communicate and cultivate healthy relationships and interactions amongst the people. We declare that each resident shall have equal opportunity for their voice to be heard within a democracy to be run by the people for the people. Technology and resources are to be shared by the people of Titan for the greater good of the planet in an effort to sustain the planet of Titan and see it prosper. Again, so moved, because now these people, of course, are just free to dream. And so often we don't allow ourselves that in our relationships, because we got, as Sharon mentioned, got all these judgments and opinions and the past and all this. But when we're freed up, we can hear, and you notice we're hearing patterns here. These are different groups of people, but patterns, because deep down we all want the same thing. This one is, let's see, this one just says, Declaration, Relationships for Future. We declare this planet to become one of equal respect between inhabitants. Do not allow yourselves to give in to fear. Instead, remain optimistic, pursuing a just and harmonious existence with one another through communication and through commitment to pursuit of embracing all differences, walking in love. Corporate environment, our business environment, the VA, walking in love. And this may be is this the last one? Well, I will see. All right. Oh, this one happens to be to the inhabitants of Kepler 62e. In order to form a more perfect union, take time to value relationships and diversity, nurture each other, be open-minded, listen to others, be considerate of others, non-judgmental. You see it again. Be patient and kind. Don't be envious. Be gentle and meek. Believe in the goodness of others. Rejoice when good prevails. Never give up hope. For the common good, find joy and fun in building this new world. So moving. Let's see, we have one. Oh, you've got one more. Declaration of Enceladus. We declare you will find universal happiness by treating yourself and others in a caring, compassionate, respectful, non-judgmental manner. We declare you all to be equals, and the expectation is that this will remain throughout the generations. Yep. Teary-eyed every time. And as we finish this, so each group would stand up and one person would read this to the rest as if the rest of the people were the new inhabitants. And one man who'd been there for a really long time, an older gentleman, he said, "Oh, I could do this now." I'm gonna cry. Again, just why I wanted to talk about this today is to emphasize that this is possible. This is what people want and we want. We know we want. It's possible. But we limit ourselves because we identify with our limitations, what we think we can and can't, and what we think other people or organizations, what's acceptable, what's not. And yet when we open ourselves and allow ourselves to not have all those what ifs, judgments, all these things to solve, just how we want to live together, this is what we get. So what do we do with this? Is there anything you want to say, Sharon, before I kind of wrap this up?
Just that if we lived our lives that way now, we wouldn't have to look to another planet. This one is sufficient unto the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We can do it right now. All we have to do is decide, yeah, I'm gonna, this is, so they were invited to write it in as you can hear, a declaration kind of way, like the Declaration of Independence. This is how we're gonna live. And all we have to do is be a stand right now. And as we stand for this way of living, then whatever gets in our way, we work with it. We do the emotional work, or if we need to learn something, a skill or something, we do that. But we just keep knowing who we are. And then often we don't really even have to learn skills because we lead with this way of being. And so I invite you now to think, yeah, what do I really want? If I didn't have to figure out how, if I didn't have to be a good person to solve the world's problems, which, on top of that, if we try to solve problems, we're just adding to it. That's another topic for another time. But if we let all of that go, and just as Sharon beautifully said, we just lived as we really want to now, then those things would start getting resolved. And in fact, also new ideas would come to us. So, so as you, and so as you listen to this today too, if any other ideas that come to you, please post them. And something I was going to say. Oh, I think this was it. So, and you can do a similar version in your own life if you're trying to think of what, something you want to do or what's next in your life. As best you can, let go of all the doubts, the what ifs, I don't know hows, what are other people going to think? See, they're not worried about what other people think. They're not worried about, because this is also someone in one of the first workshops in this series that I did said, well, business isn't personal. Well, yes, it is. It's one of the most personal things. It's as personal as anything. We spend our lives in the workplace all day long, giving and contributing, trying to communicate, expressing ourselves. And so it's all personal. Everything's personal. And we can all live how we really want to. It's just deciding it, declaring it, and moving forward with that. So I lost my train of thought about what I was going to. Oh, well, you get the idea. So I encourage you to let yourself dream. Maybe start with your family. What do you really want? Your family. If you let go of all the judgments, all of the I don't know hows, and just wait a minute. I'm going to love my family. We're in the workplace. Yeah, let's just all get along. Let's enjoy each other, appreciate each other. Right now, I'm going to be that way. Instead of thinking, worried. Well, we all do. What are other people going to think? Is this accepted around here? And it all starts with each of us. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I don't know how often I've said that in this group, but why I'm doing this work is because I believe this is possible. I believe this is possible. And the reason we're not living that way is because we don't know who we are. we believe we're separate. We believe, and what helps reinforce that separation is the judgments, as Sharon mentioned. If I'm judging myself, I'm separating myself from myself. If I'm judging other people, I'm separating myself from other people. And that's the reason for all the problems in the world. I've invited people before. If you can think of anything that doesn't at the base of it have something to do with that I'm separate from other people, I'm separate from nature, I'm separate from animals, I'm separate from anything, then send it to me and I'll bet I can find the root of it is that we believe we're separate. And once we let that go and allow ourselves to know, no, we're one being. We all share the same being. We're a unique expression of that being. Yes, yes. And that's why we're here. There are almost 8 billion of us, 8 billion different expressions of this one being. And the one being is source, many names for source. And our experience of that is love and peace, happiness, vastness, allowing, openness, fulfillment. We can live our lives from that place. And again, right here we heard, and they don't even know all this that I just said. This was a typical corporate training without all the non-dual conversation, but just from their hearts, from freedom, being freed up from beliefs and limitation and separation. Look what they created. And then they started realizing we could do this now. We could do this now. It's just all the conversations, beliefs, and habits that for some reason make us think we can't. It's not true. We're limitless. We're dreamers. We can imagine. We can create it right now in this moment. So I invite you to take up that challenge, to live as who you truly are, and to start expressing it in all your activities right now. And then post those things in the group. Let us know how it's going, what you're up to. Ask questions. Anything you want me to talk about that can support you with this, let me know. Or of course, if you want to work with me, but I'm really inviting everybody in the group to just do this in the group. And then, yeah, if you want the ongoing support of some sort, then I've got workshops and corporate workshops, one-on-one coaching, and an ongoing praxis. I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about any of those, because that's what we're doing. We're creating this world 1 second at a time, living as who we truly are. Since you're here live, Sharon, I put you on the spot, just see if there's anything you want to say, but you can say there's nothing you want to say.
The thought that came to mind, and I'm going to back up a minute because you were talking about the groups that you worked with there. I find it very interesting that separate from one another, because I believe you had them separate. I mean, they weren't just, the groups weren't sharing everything together.
No.
That each one came up with this wish, this hope, this dream of a place that's loving and peaceful and caring, so that's within all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who we are, or they wouldn't all have come up with that.
Oh, I love how you said that.
So that's real. I mean, there's an example that's very, very real. This whole thing that we are love and peace and happiness, because they did it.
They did it. And these are government workers. I'm not trying to make them wrong, but what I'm trying to say is that they're in the typical corporate business world, not having any of these conversations.
Right.
Yeah, just exactly what you're saying, Sharon. When all the limitations are removed, what do they want? Just what you said.
And they responded to who they are.
Yes.
So without even thinking about it, they were unaware that they were doing that.
No, they weren't aware of it. Yeah, that's why I set it up this way. They're not aware that that's why I was even doing it. They didn't get all the tee up you guys did today. They just were told this is what to do, and out of the blue, this is what they came up with.
Yeah. This isn't in response to that, but I did want to let you know that Betty, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name, but she has been watching.
Wonderful.
She didn't make a comment, but she has been with us. So.
All right, great. Hi, Betty. Thank you for being here again today. So this is great. All right. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for contributing and being with me. live. We'll see. We
Thank
may,
you,
we
Peggy.
may do this once a month, have some sort of live again, but I
That
just
sounds
thought-
good. I encourage everyone who instead of just going on Facebook, come join us live.
yeah, thanks, Sharon.
So
Yeah,
we can
love
share.
it.
So we can be like those people who came up with the new world.
I'm
We
sorry,
can do
what?
that together. I said then we can be like the people who came up with the new world.
Oh, yeah,
We can do our new world right here. So,
do it right. Yeah. Be that together right now and reinforce it, embody it, make it
Right.
easier to live it because we're embodying it and talking about it.
right.
Okay, so thank you again. Leave your comments, questions, or any of your own ideas about what you know in your heart. Sharon mentioned is possible for how we could live together and who we want to be and who we are really. And because humanity's future is up to us and to us knowing who we are and living as who we are. So thank you for being part of answering the call, because that's what we're doing here. So you're part of it by being in this group. So thank you so much. Thanks again, Sharon, for being live, and thank you, Betty, too, for being here. All right. See you next week.